issues raised arising from this budget.
Ben Lay.
It's a pleasure to follow the Honourable Member for Lewisham East. With living standards falling at a record rate and with incomes in real terms set to remain below pre-pandemic levels until 2028, it's impossible to deny that this budget is set against severe economic headwinds. Yet, given the impact that rising living costs are having on households across the UK, it's disappointing that the budget failed to take advantage of the opportunity to ease the burden of higher fuel costs. 4 in 10 homes in Wales are thought to be switching off their heating due to the cost, and typical energy bills are expected to remain at historic high levels for some time to come. Additional support could be delivered immediately by extending the Energy Bill Support Scheme and guaranteeing off-grid homes an additional round of alternative fuel payment. Now, I think it's staggering that small businesses have been left without additional support with their energy costs. I'm worried that many will be forced to close when support is reduced in April if the parameters of the Energy Bills discount scheme are not expanded. And of course, for off-grid businesses, they've had to endure the rise in alternative fuel costs with paltry government support. I should like to know how the government justifies the comparative lack of support for off-grid businesses, many of which are located in rural parts of the country like Ceredigion. Their omission from meaningful support schemes has placed them at a competitive disadvantage to those companies located in more urban areas, which surely goes against the levelling up agenda of which we've heard so much from this government.
Absolutely.
Now, if we are concerned about addressing the productivity problems of this country, we need to look at some of the structural issues with the way in which the UK economy has operated for some decades. And no, there is no better way, short term at least, to address some of these structural problems and help the productivity problem in rural areas by investing in digital connectivity improvements. Now, gigabit connectivity in Ceredigion stands at some 27% of premises, compared to the UK average of 68%. Far too many places in my constituency and in rural areas in general suffer from poor connectivity, which hampers their economic development. As the DCMS Select Committee has noted, the decision to only allocate 25% of the funding for Project Gigabit so far risks undermining the ambition to improve the connectivity of hard-to-reach premises in a timely manner and prevent them from falling even further behind other parts of the UK. So I'd like to see the Minister, when in their summing up, explain when the UK Government will release the rest of the funding, and will they commit to accelerating the timescales for the rollout of gigabit broadband in very hard-to-reach areas, many of which often lack both fast broadband and 4G signal. Now, I'd like to end, Madam Deputy Speaker, by touching on HS2. The Chancellor could have used this budget to release the £1 billion or so owed to Wales in consequential funding from the £20 billion expenditure that's already been allocated to HS2. Now, over the project's lifetime, Wales could receive up to £5 billion in consequential funding to spend on improving our creaking public transport infrastructure. That sum could be transformational for areas in rural mid-Wales such as Ceredigion. Sadly, it doesn't seem to be coming our way. Now, the success of any budget is measured in the way it addresses the immediate challenges facing the economy and whether it paves the way for future prosperity. For rural areas, this budget sadly falls short on both counts.
John MacDonald.